And then this Latvia and Lithuania that I'm doing now, that brings it to a nice 30. So the question is, outside of Eurasia, how many more have I got? South Africa, I said, Dominican Republic. So that was right at the beginning when I started filming, and there's one or two of my really early ones, which is Dominican Republic. It's really only, one thing where the bride chucks the bouquet and everybody runs after the bouquet. It's just a snatch, a few seconds, but nevertheless the Dominican Republic is included. Canada and the United States. So South Africa, Dominican Republic, Canada, United States. That's just 4 actually, isn't it? So 34. On top of that, I've been to about 6 countries that I haven't filmed, so I've been to about 40 countries, I suppose. Israel, Luxembourg I've been to in the past, didn't film. Ireland I've been to in the past, didn't film. So 34 countries, not 40 at all. Some of them are big. Obviously America's had a few looks at, but not much. There's still Hawaii and some of the states around New York and Pennsylvania and that sort of area. It's been a few times. There's lots of America that I haven't seen. Only a little bit of Canada's included. And but those are big countries, and Russia's obviously a big country. So it's a sample that covers quite a lot of places city-wise. I mean, I suppose cities, the average of about 2 or 3 per each one. Maybe it's fewer in some, because there aren't many cities, some of the small ones. Must be over 50 cities, probably a lot more. Some of them, sometimes I've done a whole load of places, like in Poland, with Britain taking the average up, I suppose. Yeah, it must be 60, 70, 80, something like that in terms of different cities. So you're getting a kind of opportunity, if you want to look around in my channel, you'll see different places. And of course what you're going to get is you're going to get my commentary, which is just basically, in many cases, not properly scripted, not properly researched, but it is what I see. It's a true reaction to what I see when I get to a place, and that's what sets it apart from the scripted ones where people have researched it, where people are expected to see certain things, and then they record in the way that they expected to beforehand. So you get a certain truth by the way that I do it, which some people like. Obviously you get a lot of camera wobble, because it's done in a very rough and ready way. People tend not to like that too much, but different aspects of it are good and different ones are not good. So there we are, just trying to, that's what I've been doing so far, and in due course I will probably develop it in another direction. But at the moment I've got everything on one channel, and that's how I wanted to do it. Whether that's really an optimal way of doing it, I don't know. To see. Also have to see what Google allows in terms of breaking existing channels up into separate channels or sub-channels. They let you, there's one person have a lot of different channels now, but there's not like a kind of super channel and sub-channel like I would like to see in there, but you do have playlists, and I haven't really used playlists to the full advantage. They're probably quite good, these playlists, but haven't really, since they revised the way they get done, these playlists, I haven't really had time to use it to the max. But it would be a good idea if I make sure that when I get a bit of time to do it, that all of the stuff is properly playlisted. Maybe that's something that I should do when I get past the 2,000, or should have done, because I think I will have passed the 2,000 mark by the time you see this. I think I'm on about 1,750 roughly at the time of speaking, so by the time we put on another couple of years worth of work, I must be well into the 2000s by the time you see this. That's a rather unpleasant smell. So far we don't have the technology for me to reproduce that for you, but it's like some kind of rather synthetic fertilizer on these fields, which is
Überschreiten die Geschwindigkeitsbeschränkung.
kind of, it's rotten on the one hand, but it's chemical on the other. So it's kind of a strange. You wouldn't want to have this smell around for too long. As far as road surface is concerned, it's all very fine. Hope it keeps that way. A67 or something, isn't it? And shortly, it looks as though I'm going to be the moment going east because we're on a ring road avoiding Panevėžys or whatever it's called. Dominari. Dominari. Dominari, Dominari, Dominari.
In 800 Metern rechts abfahren.
Okay. Hesburger. This one? That can't be right, can it?
In 300 Metern
Ja, 300.
rechts abfahren.
Too early. Alright, this is easily corrected, that error. Nothing coming. Small anabasis there, for those of you who are fans of getting a dictionary out.
In 100 Metern rechts abfahren.
Okay. Jetzt. Wenn nicht diese blöde Nebel, dann hätte ich das gesehen. Okay, Kaunas 99.
Fahren Sie mehr als 60 Kilometer.
Right. I can let this go for another hour to try to hit the record of unabbreviated road footage, so that hopefully I got 200 kilometres in there. It'll be a bit more even, I should expect, of Latvia and Lithuania. But then I'll have to stop, because otherwise I might lose that very nice bit at the beginning in Riga. I wouldn't like that. We definitely want to keep the Riga bit. I'm not sure exactly, I didn't really time it, which I should have done. I think that 4 hours roughly will fit on my disc. My little SDS card that I'm putting out with 32 giga. It's amazing what can fit on a tiny space. That's a little graveyard. Really quite a small one. It looks like a military wall set out that way. People visiting it. Yeah, well that's interesting. I thought it was more than 34 countries listed in the number. Is there something to be going on with? And if you say that there are, well, it depends on how you cut it, because there's a lot of small islands in the Pacific that all count as their own country. But if you take, and then there's a lot of little African countries which, well, quite difficult to go to. But of the countries that, like first world countries where people are watching this from, that's quite a good selection, isn't it? I think there's that 34. So if you want to see how it looks, how my films have looked at your own country, please do. I'll be interested to see your comments on it. Sometimes I've had some flattering ones, sometimes some less flattering ones. Some people have been downright annoyed by my coverage of their place because they want to see a sanitised version of it, which I never do. So. If you want sanitised versions, then there are places you can go for it. Most of what you get is sanitised. So I don't have to apologise for doing unsanitary video. Right, let's have some music. All of my music is licensed as of several years, so if I put some music on, I'm pretty sure that they will, even though I've licensed it, even though I paid for it, I've got a license, nevertheless somebody else, different to the person that sold me the license, is going to make out that they've got some right to put the advert on my film, I then get notified that there's somebody else got the advert on my film, and then I get to go through the rigmarole and get taken off again. By which time, the best bit of advertising revenue has already gone to the pirate who's claiming to own the music, which I've already licensed, even though they're the ones that are doing it, saying that everybody else is a pirate. They're the biggest pirates in the world. Anyway, since I've run out of things to say, my folks are a bit weary. We'll just look at the Lithuanian. We had Latvia, Lithuanian countryside a little bit. It seems to be, put nicely under, ploughed up and seeded for some cereals on one side of the road at any rate. The other side, less so. Let's look at the scenery and hear some choice of them from my database of licensed music that I paid for. We'll listen to something. Enjoy.
Sie überschreiten die Geschwindigkeitsbeschränkung.
Right, so it started raining in the meantime while we were listening to that, and not that I was listening to it, I put it on later. I was listening to the sound of the car engine. It started raining anyway, which just adds to the slightly disappointing nature of the foggy day. It's 2 degrees by the way at the moment, so it's heading due south, and about to come to a place called Ramigin or something like that. I can't really see it on the GPS. Ramigin? Not sure. So we're going to get treated to my windscreen wipers a little bit, I'm afraid. Ramigin? What's it called? I didn't get... Oh, Ramigala. So through here. They also seem to take these things pretty seriously. But I haven't seen those sleeping policemen that were all the time on the way up there and in the dark and unlit. Oh, they were a real pain. But here, coming through villages like this, it hasn't been a feature so far. That might still happen, of course. taking that road up through Bergen and Utena is a pain. This is a much more pleasant way to drive through Lithuania.